we can see the answers to some of the questions we've just posed in terms of the graph. We could ignore the big 42 here, that's just part of the question that was posed. The graph is down here in the lower right hand corner of that sheet. Okay, the question of when the depth reaches 42. That means y is 42, so we're going to look at 42 on the y scale. We come over to the graph and down and we find the t, the clock time, when the depth is 42. Another question is, what's the depth at t equals 30? Well, we find 30 on the t-axis, and we come up to the graph and across here, and we get y at 30. This is function notation, y of 30. If we wanted to find when the depth is 0, we might have a hard time because the graph of the depth versus time should be a parabola, and this parabola is about to bottom out before it ever hits the t-axis. In which case, this model would never give us a depth of 0. We would, however, be able to find the time when the depth minimizes. Now recall that the model doesn't have to be completely accurate. We chose 3 points, and they might not have given us an accurate model because, in fact, the depth should reach 0, but if the model is not completely accurate, it's possible that the parabola stays above the t-axis and never reaches 0, and it's also possible that it'll go down through the t-axis and then back up, and it'll be 0 at 2 points. In this case, we're not going to get a 0, and that comes out of the solution of the quadratic formula. We can get the vertex, the low point. That's going to be negative b over 2a from the quadratic formula. But this is how we can use the graph to understand our answers to these questions.